Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would just do a quick video today because the last one I made was really far too long and I probably rambled a bit, and I'm not sure if many people made it all the way through. It was originally intended to be for a podcast on HBR, and so Hacker Public Radio, that is. So that's why it was a little bit more in depth and a little bit more chatty. All I'm going to do in this video today is demonstrate how to compile the environment that you're seeing in front of you today. All of this status bar over here is available on my GitHub, and with very minimal tweaking you can have that functionality, as well as this script here where I have put it all into one notification. You can see it pops up and it includes weather and the price of Bitcoin and stuff like that. Okay, so basically this is going to be my DWM build, which after about a year or so of messing around with it and staying up late at night and all this sort of business, I have experimented with all different kinds of paradigms and patches, put patches in, taken patches out, used combinations to get sort of the desired effects, and really this is what I feel is the most functional and minimal messing around, most functional sort of way to do things for my workflow. I think it's quite important to take a look at my config.h file, which again, that's available on the GitHub. It's down, the link down below the video. And I should also just sort of acknowledge at least the existence of Luke Smith, because I've stolen his color scheme. At this stage, that is all I've stolen, other than inspiration in the beginning, which I would have explained in a previous video. So here we go. What I'm going to do is start off, make a folder. Actually, I've got a folder here called build, where I do all this sort of stuff, so I'm going to start there, and in that I'm just going to actually, let's show you what's in it. So this one here, this rich DWM environment, this is the stuff that gets synced to my GitHub, and it contains lots of other links to other sort of dot files and that sort of business. In this one, archives, this is where I have the source for dmenu, DWM, ST, and various patches. Let's start off, just take a quick look in this one. Of all of this stuff, the only ones we will use are DWM Swallow, which I still use at the moment, DWM Full Gaps, and this ShiftView.c, which is just a little what you're going to call it, module subroutine function that enables you to use the mouse on this thing up here to change between tags. I'm not convinced that it's a good idea, because it's kind of making people work in a way that they're using the tags like virtual desktops, but whatever, I actually do both. I like the idea of being able to pull tags into and out of the current view, which is the proper sort of choice of words. But you can also just treat them like multiple desktops if that's the way that you like to think of things. It really doesn't make a lot of difference, and we're all different. That's why we have the freedom with free software to use the computer how you want. So there we go. Okay, so let's go back. What I'm going to do here in this folder, no, not this one, in this folder here, is first of all just untar stock version of DWM. So that's going to be tar xcf. As you saw, it's back in the archives thing here, archives folder, DWM, what was it, 6.2, there you go. And I'm going to enter that folder. Am I? Oh, that's why. Okay, so here we are. Now basically we just need to apply two patches, and I'm going to go and take my config script from elsewhere. In fact, maybe what I'll do is I'll download for GitHub. No, I'm not going to do that, sorry, just because that version may not be up to date. Maybe I'll just edit this video depending on what happens. So what we're going to do, first of all, we'll patch this, and it's very simple. Patch -p1 is less than, if you like, archives. It was called DWM patches was where I left them. We'll start off with gaps. I don't think it really matters what order I do these in because they don't interfere with each other. Now, at other times when I was using many more patches than I do at the moment, they did interfere with each other, but this lot doesn't. So the other one was swallow. Just so that you know, let's just go over here a minute. This is if using this properly in tiling mode, then by default I have my gap set to 0, but you can, this is what's going to put the gaps between windows, which may make things a little bit easier to read. It's eye candy really, but helpful at times. So that's what the full gaps one does. Oh, I've messed up my camera now, look at that. 2 seconds. And we're back in the room. Right, that's me clicking on things unnecessarily. Okay, so we've just added as well the swallow patch, which basically means that if I was to open a program in a terminal, the program will overlap or overtake the space that that terminal was using, and that yeah, it's just a nice thing. Sometimes I don't want it. I think I talked in the last video about the fact that I've got this rubbish bin tag over here for things that I'm not currently using, especially if I do video conferencing stuff like using Zoom and that business. You want to stick that stuff out of the way, certain windows you're not going to use. Anyway, right, 2 patches applied. The other thing, in order to use the shift view, you literally have to copy that thing into this folder here. Oops, into this folder here, /. There we go, and there it is. Jobs are good. And right, now let's pop over to I want this one on all tags, aren't I? Let's just, oh, that's gone to 9. Let's really try and remember my, there we go. Right, this one's on all tags now. I'm going to go to 3 and keep that one. Open up Brave. Let's see. Yeah, let's do what we were doing before with the other one, so I can still see my pretty face. Yeah, see, this is why I don't really like. What on earth is going on with all that business? There we go. Don't know what that's about. That's why I don't like having to manually move windows around myself, because I make a mess of it, but no problem. Okay, so this is github.com/clearnightsky. Let's start at that point, see where we end up. In here, and then my config.h is just going to be rich DWM build. Let's take a look and see. Couple little things, border pixels 2, gaps by default is 0, bar at the top, window snapping 4 pixels. Yeah, so this is Luke Smith's color scheme, which was pretty much the last thing I adjusted on all of this. This line here should make that window float at all times, but when I switch between the built-in webcam and the one that I'm using now, it doesn't always work. You can see in this config script that actually the monocle mode is still intact. It still compiles, but there's no keyboard shortcut for it because I never use it. You could always stick one in. In fact, there's one right there, but I've just got it commented out because, like I said, I don't ever use it. So this is the one we want. I would just download this file or sync it across, but clone it I don't need to because I've got it here. So I'm just going to go copy from this one here, config.h. I've done it again, /. Brilliant. You wouldn't think I'd do this stuff all day long, do you? Okay, and at this point it's just going to be a matter of I don't even need to make clean because it is clean. Make jobs job's done, just like that. And so if you wanted to install this, you would sudo make clean install, but there's no need for me because you're looking at it. That's it. That's all I wanted to do in this video, and hopefully I managed to keep it a little bit shorter than the previous one. Shout out to Jupiter Broadcasting. That was unintentional, but I've had this hoodie for years and I still find it really comfy, so there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again soon.